Hello, everyone, and welcome to another interview in our series for the Law Marketing Zone Group. I'm very excited to welcome Jason Penrod, a founder of, if I can say it right, of Family Elder Law, here with us today. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today.
Oh, absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Well, maybe you can start out with telling us a bit about your journey, what it is you do, and how you help your clients.
Sure. Well, I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, small town in between Buffalo and Niagara Falls. And I had a job shoveling snow in college, which led me down to Florida. And so I ended up going to law school. I kept coming south. I went to Vanderbilt in Nashville, Tennessee. And I liked that area, but a lot of people called me a Yankee. So I ended up coming to Florida where other people, moved down here and could understand why I was trying to flee the snow.
Exactly.
And so, I went to law school basically. I thought I was going to be a big trial attorney. I was a senior in high school and freshman in college during the O.J. Simpson trial and watched that religiously and just, fell in love with the antics that went on in the courtroom and the drama. And, you get into some practice during the summers of law school and you find out maybe that's not exactly what typical lawyer life is like.
Mm-hmm.
And but my big purpose for going to law school is, I wanted to make a fundamental or profound difference in the world, but I didn't know exactly how. And so I moved to Florida for my first job out of law school, and I did some estate planning and probate work and for a solo practitioner. And I ended up moving to Central Florida for a job right during the real estate boom to do real estate. And, after about a year or so being in Central Florida, that real estate boom was tapering off. And I seemed to be doing all kinds of work that the partners didn't want to do. And
Okay.
so if you asked me what kind of attorney I was, I couldn't even tell you. I was doing landlord tenant, speeding tickets, and you name it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I ended up walking around one of the lakes here in Central Florida, Lake Wales, and saying to myself, do I need to go back to school and maybe get my LLM or what's going on? I need to find my in this career. And 2 weeks later, I ended up going to a fundamentals of elder law course put on by the Florida Bar. And I was always curious as to what elder law exactly was and, what did that practice look like? I knew estate planning, probate were parts of that work, but I didn't know exactly what elder law would be. And so the speaker, the initial speaker of that course, Scott Solkoff, his father is considered Jerome Solkoff. He's considered the elder law in Florida, if you will.
Okay.
And so he spoke with passion about what elder law was. He talked about, you get a hug along with the check, you sleep good at night, you a lot of collegiality with fellow attorneys, that we share documents and try to really improve what we're doing for the seniors' benefit and things like that. And I just said that's what I want to do. And so I ended up reading everything Scott Solkoff had written and took him out to lunch in South Florida and said, I want to do what you set up and kind of follow in your footsteps. And he ended up being a great mentor for me. And so I started practice at that point. And so then about 8 years ago, I started my own practice, just, based on elder law, estate planning.
Great, great. You were saying, like I was looking at your website, as a comprehensive solution. So you've taken your dream and really put it together in your firm, in that someone walks in the door and needs help, you've got everything that can help them there.
Yeah, right from the beginning, when you practice in elder law, you know that you really do impact people's lives. They might be coming to you to help them figure out how to pay for nursing home care, but there's a lot of different elements that are going on. There's the emotional trauma of having to place a spouse in a nursing home. There's family dynamics, who's going to take care of paying the bills now if the person in the nursing home was the one that was doing that before. And you find out that they actually have a lot more needs than maybe just doing Medicaid planning. And so for a long time, I was trying to figure out, how do we provide that service of, these extras, if you will, that are really important too and part of what they need. And so I heard about life care planning and got involved in that a little bit. And basically, established a company called Family Elder Cares that has a geriatric care manager that the law firm often collaborates with. And then I'm a financial advisor as well. I work with a certified financial planner. And it's the purpose is kind of like you said that, if they trust us, hopefully we can do a real comprehensive job for them.
Okay. And do you find that are you working with a lot of the adult children or more with spouses or a bit of both?
A bit of both. We have some amazing caregiving spouses, and it's interesting that part of my job working with them is, helping them through the immediate issue, but often it's type of counseling,
Mm,
uh, especially with um, male caregivers, where they feel really guilty that it's time to place their wife. They may have promised, hey, I'm never going to put you in a facility or anything like that. And you can see that they're worn down. They're getting sick themselves, because they're not taking care of themselves. They're really dedicated to taking care of their spouse. And so I often have to give them the, take care of yourself so you can take care of her type talk.
yeah.
And, that typically are, our elder clients are selfless, that sometimes they need to hear, hey, you do need to take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if
Yeah.
they've ever made that promise. So, and
Yeah.
how people find you? How do your clients find you?
So we get a lot of word of mouth referrals. We get um, a lot of good cases from local nursing homes. We try to do Medicaid planning, for example, and we communicate with them regularly and try to get the Medicaid application approved as fast as possible so the nursing home can get paid.
Hmm.
That will bring some business in. We also do a lot of work on the internet and Google um, SEO type work.
And your
And
Google My Business?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say, we're doing some print advertising, but less and less.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, how's your business done through the pandemic? I mean, what we're one of the things we ask on the series is how has it changed in the pandemic, and what, if anything, are you going to keep as we go into a quote unquote new normal?
Yeah. Thankfully, so I hired my best friend since fifth grade as a director of operations when I opened my own practice. He's got a master's in business. He's an efficiency guru, black belt in Six Sigma.
Wow.
And basically, he had set me up. He said, you're going to get married, or I just got married when I opened my practice, had a baby. And he's like, you're going to want to work from home. We need to be virtual. That's where this is going to go. And so we set up to work virtually, and we're
Oh,
already
wow.
doing it prior to the pandemic. And that was a blessing. My paralegals didn't have to come in for a while there. They could work from home. Um, we learned to video with adult children. Often we do work with the adult children who happen to not be local. And,
You were set
we
already, so there was really no learning curve.
wasn't much of a learning curve. We were paperless, and so we just felt, I really owe him a lot of credit for having the foresight to get us to that already.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, since you have been virtual, were you using? Is there something else? I mean, what
Yeah,
technology is absolutely you couldn't live without?
sure. So in our office, we use, for communications, Google Meets, Google Chat, I guess, and then Google Meets for video. But we've also used Zoom. I often talk to the, potential client and say, what's your preference? And we usually have its, ability to meet with them, whatever they have. And
Yeah, pretty much everybody has or knows Zoom now, so that's
that's it. That's it.
yeah. Well, that's very interesting. Now, we talked about you being an author as well, right? So you not only help with the elder, you've been a contributing author on a couple of books as well.
Yeah, I wrote a book for nursing home administrators. That was basically, I think it's called Seven Ways of Having Paying Clients and Not Getting Sued. And it was helping them with Medicaid issues to spot so they had paying residents, and also how to protect themselves from liability.
Okay.
And then I've written or co-contributed with an author on Don't Go Broke in a Nursing Home, and also co-contributed on a book, Family Estate Planning and Elder Law.
Okay. Great. That's fantastic. I appreciate your time and how it is that you help your clients. Quick question for you. If anyone wanted to reach out to you, any questions about what you offer, how would we do that? How would we reach you?
Sure. So email is always good. My email is the letter J, Penrod, Penrod, at familyelderlaw.com.
Okay.
Phone number, if anybody wants to call, is 863-676-8432. And our website is familyelderlaw.com.
Perfect. I'll put that in the description above this video. And is there anything else, any advice you'd give it to anyone out there that's looking to get into elder law?
It's a very rewarding practice. I would say, if you wanted to get into elder law, it's not something to just dip your toe in the water, if you will. You really got to commit to it. And there's every day I'm researching something. I've been doing it for 18 years now. So, really give it a shot, and I think it'll pay off for you.
And you find it really, really rewarding? Like they said, a check and a hug?
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy coming into work, and I know a lot of people can't always say that. So I feel blessed.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you so much for your time, Jason. I really appreciate it. And like I said, for anyone here who's watching the video who wants to reach out to him, the contact information will be above the video. And I want to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you on the next interview. And again, thank you so much, Jason. I really appreciate your time today.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.